If you love gardening but hate constantly watering, fertilizing, and replenishing your soil, let me introduce you to one of the best-kept secrets of sustainable gardening: Hugelkultur. When I first heard about this method, I thought it sounded too good to be true. A raised bed that holds moisture, fertilizes itself, and lasts for years? But after trying it myself, I can confidently say that Hugelkultur is a total game-changer for raised bed vegetable gardens. It's an ancient method, but it's still one of the most effective ways to grow food with minimal effort and cost. So, what exactly is Hugelkultur? In simple terms, it's a gardening technique where you create a raised mound or bed using decomposing wood, branches, leaves, and other organic materials. The result? A nutrient-rich, moisture-retaining growing space that mimics the natural decay cycle found in forests. This method is not just effective, it's perfect for anyone who wants a more self-sustaining organic garden. Let's get straight into how you can build your own Hugelkultur raised bed, and why this method is an absolute must-try for any gardener. The first step in creating a Hugelkultur bed is deciding where to place it. Choose a sunny location, as most vegetables thrive with at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. If you already have raised beds, you can easily adapt them into Hugelkultur beds by layering organic material inside before adding soil on top. If you're starting from scratch, you can build your mound directly on the ground or within a raised bed frame. Now let's talk about the foundation of your bed, the wood. The core of a Hugelkultur bed is made up of logs, branches, and sticks. These materials slowly break down, enriching the soil with nutrients over time. Hardwood logs like oak, maple, or fruit tree wood decompose more slowly, making them excellent choices for long-term fertility. Avoid wood from black walnut or eucalyptus, as they contain natural chemicals that can inhibit plant growth. Once you've laid down your logs, you'll want to fill in the gaps with smaller branches and twigs. This creates a sturdy structure while allowing airflow to encourage decomposition. After that, you'll add organic matter like grass clippings, shredded leaves, and straw to fill in the spaces between the wood layers. The more variety you include, the richer your soil will become over time. Next comes the most important layer, compost or manure. This provides an initial nutrient boost to your bed and helps kickstart the decomposition process. If you have kitchen scraps or well-rotted manure, now is the time to use them. Spread this layer evenly, making sure it covers all the organic material underneath. Finally, top everything off with a thick layer of soil. You'll want at least 6 to 8 inches of good quality topsoil or compost-enriched soil for your plants to establish strong roots. Water the entire mound thoroughly to help settle the layers. After this, your Hugelkultur bed is ready for planting. One of the biggest advantages of Hugelkultur is its incredible moisture retention. The logs and organic material act like a sponge, absorbing water when it rains and slowly releasing it over time. This means your garden will stay hydrated even during dry spells, significantly reducing the need for watering. In my experience, a well-built Hugelkultur bed can hold moisture for weeks, making it a lifesaver during hot summers. But that's not all. This method also improves soil fertility year after year. As the wood and organic matter decompose, they release a steady stream of nutrients into the soil. Unlike traditional raised beds where you constantly have to add compost and amendments, a Hugelkultur bed naturally enriches itself. The result is healthier plants, higher yields, and less reliance on store-bought fertilizers. Another major benefit is soil aeration. The decomposing logs create air pockets, preventing soil from becoming compacted. This makes it easier for plant roots to spread and access nutrients. If you've ever struggled with dense, heavy soil in your raised beds, Hugelkultur is a fantastic solution. Perhaps my favorite part of this method is that it turns garden waste into a valuable resource. Instead of hauling away fallen branches, leaves, and grass clippings, you can repurpose them to create a thriving, growing environment. It's a sustainable, zero-waste approach that aligns perfectly with organic gardening principles. Because Hugelkultur beds retain moisture and break down gradually, they are well suited for a wide variety of plants. In the first year, leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, and kale will thrive due to the rich compost layer. Shallow-rooted plants such as herbs, strawberries, and radishes also do well early on. As the mound settles and the decomposition process continues, your bed will become ideal for deep-rooted crops like tomatoes, peppers, carrots, and potatoes. Perennial plants such as asparagus and rhubarb can also benefit from the long-term fertility of a Hugelkultur bed. If you enjoy growing flowers alongside your vegetables, plants like marigolds and nasturtiums make great companions and help deter pests. One of the best things about Hugelkultur is that it requires very little maintenance. If you notice that the mound starts to sink over time, don't worry. This is a natural part of the decomposition process. Simply add more compost and soil to the top layer to maintain a healthy growing depth. In the first year, your bed may require occasional watering as it settles, but after that, you'll find that it retains moisture exceptionally well. Another tip is to plant cover crops like clover or vetch during the off-season to prevent erosion and add extra nitrogen to the soil. Mulching around your plants with straw or wood chips can also help regulate moisture levels and suppress weeds. Over time, the logs and organic material will fully decompose, transforming your Hugelkultur bed into a rich, humus-filled growing space. When this happens, you can start the process over again by layering in fresh materials to keep your garden thriving for years to come. If you've ever felt frustrated by dry, depleted soil or constant watering, Hugelkultur is the perfect solution. This method harnesses the power of nature to create a self-sustaining, low-maintenance garden that produces healthier plants with less effort. It's a fantastic way to repurpose garden waste, improve soil fertility, and reduce your reliance on fertilizers and irrigation. After seeing the incredible results in my own garden, I can't imagine going back to traditional raised beds. The difference in plant health, water retention, and overall soil quality is undeniable. Whether you're growing vegetables, herbs, or flowers, Hugelkultur can help you create a more resilient and productive garden. I encourage you to give this method a try and see the results for yourself. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Hydro Haven for more in-depth gardening tips and sustainable growing techniques. And if you know a fellow gardener who could benefit from this method, share this with them. Let's keep growing smarter, healthier, and more organically together.